How are you responding to negative experiences that might be communicated, talked about in social channels, on Twitter, on Facebook, in this particular case, even YouTube? Um, the power of social media is both ways.
Yep.
It is powerful for brands to communicate with people, but it's also very powerful for people to communicate with people.
Yep.
And we have some research around people sharing negative experiences that I think would be helpful. What did we find when just thinking about this, idea of listening and responding?
Yeah, statistics show that 95% of people are likely to share a bad experience, and 54% have shared a bad experience with more than five people. That says a lot. So even if the negative feedback is not being shared with your brand, it's still being spread to others. That's hard. That's hard to accept, I think.
There is a there was another stat, and I'm in real time trying to pull this up. There's a stat of how many positive reviews it takes to overcome a negative review. Do you remember when we talked
I think
about
it's
this a while
I
back?
think it's, I do. It was like 10 or something up there.
It was like
Double
10,
digit.
10 to 1 or 12 to
Yes,
1.
it
I'm
was.
on Google right now. How many negative or how many positive reviews to overcome a negative review? Ah, so so this is actually from um, Rocket Review. They're out of the UK, and we were undercutting the number.
Oh,
Um, I'm going to quote from their article. Great reviews are the lifeblood of any business. While you'll receive plenty of great reviews, a bad review will come creeping along. It takes 40 positive reviews to undo the
wow.
damage of a bad review. Now this is where I like to get cross
Well, that's a
reference.
little vague.
Yeah, I like to get cross reference. This now comes from Reputation X. Um, it says you need about 12 positive reviews
Hmm.
to overcome the brand damage from a negative review. I think that's more in line
That's
with what we were seeing before from when we were having this conversation a while back.
Yeah, and I think, while obviously we want to be as proactive as we can to get ahead of any negative experience and connect with the customer and provide that empathy and let them know that we're listening before it gets shared socially or uh among friends or somewhere on the internet. I do think though so much in this is it's just how you respond because a lot of times we as much as we try to we can't always control the experience, the perception. We can't always I mean, we could be doing phenomenal and the wrong person on the wrong day with the wrong attitude could think we're garbage. We can't do anything about that. But we can control how we respond to the situation.
Yes.
That's something that and I mean, it's stoicism right there. Focus on what you can control. Who cares? Don't worry about the negative remark. Now it's time for you to focus on what you can. And that's your response back. How are you going to respond back to that? And Frost, great example. They empathize with us. They listen to us. More often than not, when people complain, they just want to be heard. They just
That's
want to be
so true.
listened to. They just want to know that you heard them and it mattered. I think a lot of this, when a negative situation happens, for me especially, I have this, need for like justice, and I'm like, oh, they shouldn't be able to do this, or this is a bad situation. So for me, more often than not, I just want someone to say, yeah, I hear you. That was not great. I own it. I take responsibility, moving on. Like for me, that's good enough.
And I really
I love that.
appreciate controlling what you can control here. You might think that you're doing the best that you could possibly do, but expectation and is in the eye of the beholder. Like, and if you think about like digital expectations for that matter, those digital expectations and buying journeys are often being set by things that we can't control. For
Yep.
example, expectations are being set by Amazon-esque
Mhm.
experiences,
Yep.
Netflix-esque experiences, online shopping experiences. And I think that's the crux of it all. When I hear financial brands talk about their website and they think that internally the belief is, well, that's just where we put our information about our products and our services. That's a limiting belief because in today's world, the website is e-commerce. It is digital sales. It is digital retail. It is a digital storefront. And people visiting that site have certain expectations and beliefs, biases based upon their experiences that are most likely not like the experiences of those that work within a financial institution.